We'll begin our meditation. We'll chant some mantras. These mantras, they're called moksha mantras, means mantras for liberation. Whatever spiritual practice you're involved in, mantras are involved. Some are for powers and for different purposes. But here, the mantras that we are dealing with or associated with, they're called moksha mantras. Moksha means liberation, freedom, enlightenment. So chanting these mantras before we start our meditation, it helps to create a nice positive mood, positive vibration in the body, in the mind, and in our sangha, in our gathering. So it helps to withdraw the mind and to experience silence easier. Okay? After that, I'm going to guide you into the basic steps to meditation. Then we'll observe silent meditation for a while. And then we'll continue the meditation with chanting. After that, I'll give a discourse. If you have any question, I'll deal with that. Or I'll just say whatever flows. Okay? Namah Shivaya. Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Sit up straight. Make the spine, neck, and head in one vertical straight line. Be comfortable in your seat, in your posture, and relax the body. The more you're able to relax the body, the more comfortable you'll be, the more you'll be able to withdraw the mind and continue this practice that we call meditation. To be able to sit comfortably without the body distracting you, that's one of the reasons that we do Hatha Yoga, asana practice, to help you to release the tension, the stiffness, stress from the body, mind, breathing exercises, eating sattvic vegetarian food contributes a lot in preventing agitation in the body, mind. You learn how to relax properly without having to take substances like smoking joints and so on. And positive thinking, leaving behind negative thoughts and so on. So all of this helps to steady the body, steady the mind, and to be able to withdraw the mind And we suggest that you focus the mind at the point between the eyebrows. It is called the Ajna Chakram, third eye. It is the seat of consciousness. So every time you sit for meditation, consciously withdraw the mind, focus it on the third eye, point between the eyebrows. So train the mind to rest at that point. Every time you become aware that your mind has moved away, gently bring it back to this point of focus. In time, with practice, you'll become aware of a throbbing, pulsating sensation. You'll feel the pulse at that point. It's beating, the pulse is going on all the time at that point, but you're not aware of it. With practice, you become aware. The moment you become aware of that pulsation, it will attract the mind to go deeper within, and you'll experience deeper levels of shanti, of peace. To assist in this process of developing focus and concentration, you can use a mantra. I've chanted many mantras, these moksha mantras. You could use any one of them that appeals to you. If none appeals to you because you're not familiar, you don't know about them, you could simply use Om. Om is a universal mantra. Om is a source of all mantras. Om is the source of this whole creation. So mentally, continuously, you could repeat Om. That eventually will take you into a state of deep relaxation and concentration, then into the state that is called meditation. Meditation is a state that you fall into when the mind is free from thoughts. Eventually, you glide into that fourth state that is called samadhi, turiya, nirvana, transcendental state, where you'll experience that you are divine. I and my Father are one. He is in me, I am in He, I am that pure consciousness. That's a state of enlightenment, knowing who you really are, that you are divine. You'll never fall back into the state of delusion, illusion, superstition. That is a goal and objective of yoga, of spiritual practice, meditation. So we continue silently. We draw the mind to the point between the eyebrows. Mentally, continuously repeat your mantra. And we continue. your meditation with chanting. continue my chanting, maybe a bhajan in an evening raga is called Bhim Palasi. Starting off with the scale of the raga. Ni sa ga ma pa ni sa sa ni dha pa ma pa ga ma pa साधन कछु नहीं लागत, जब तक साधन कछु नहीं लागत, कर छति नाही गोविंद हरि भाई। संतति संपत्ति सुख के कारण, संतति संपत्ति सुख के कारण, जास्या भूलु परी। संतति संपत्ति सुख के कारण, जास्या भूलु परी, जास्या भूलु परी। मजूरे भाई राम गोविंद हरि, मजूरे भाई राम गोविंद कहत कबीरा राम नहीं जानत, कहत कबीरा राम नहीं जानत, दाम मजूरे राम गोविंद हरि, मजूरे भाई राम गोविंद। श्री राम जय राम, जय जय राम। 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 क्या मथुरा जावे, काशी जावे, क्या मथुरा जावे, क्या केदार जावे, क्या बदरी जावे, क्या केदार जावे, क्या बदरी जावे, क्या पर्वत बना फिर तू अनारी, मुक्ति न हो बिना भजन तुम्हारी, मुक्ति न हो बिना भजन तुम्हारी, नारायण को भजन क्या काशी जावे, क्या मथुरा जावे, काशी जावे, क्या मथुरा जावे, क्या काशी जावे, पा म प ग म प नि ध प म प ग म प म प, क्या काशी जावे, स ग म प म प ग म प नि ध प म प ग म प, सा नि ध प म प नि नि ध प म प ध प म प ग म प ग म ग रे सा, क्या काशी जावे, स ग म प म प ग म प नि ध प म प ग म प, सा नि ध प म प नि नि ध प म प ध प म प ग म प ग म ग रे सा, क्या काशी जावे, क्या मथुरा जावे, क्या केदार जावे, क्या बदरी जावे, क्या पर्वत बना फिर तू अनारी, मुक्ति न हो बिना भजन तुम्हारी, मुक्ति न हो बिना भजन तुम्हारी, नारायण को भजन नारायण को भजन। Har 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 Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti. How is everybody today? Another wonderful week. Thank you all for joining us every week for Satsanga. Sat means truth. Sangha means associating, gathering of people who are seeking the truth as to who am I. Not any kind of truth. Truth about who am I, who are you. Hardly people ask these questions. When you go for a job, they ask you, who are you? You can't tell them, I am divine. I am the spirit, I am the soul, I am the Atman, I am immortal, I am eternal. Okay, we'll get back to you. If you insist, I want to know if I get this job, I told you the truth. My guru told me that that's the truth. The scriptures say that that's the truth. Ask me, who am I? So I'm telling you again, reminding you that you are the spirit, the soul, the Atman. You are divine. All spirituality, all spiritual practice, everything that you call yoga, that is a foundation. The foundation, the absolute truth, is that you are divine. You are the spirit, the soul, the Atman. And to understand this takes the rest of your life. Many, many, many lifetimes. Not because I tell you, no, I'm divine. It means that you experience that, you understand that, you know that. But at least intellectually, you should come to an understanding that I am divine. The scripture in the very beginning, Maharishi Patanjali, the very beginning, having laid the foundation Then you say, now yoga begins. Immediately tell you what yoga is. Yoga is the control of the thought waves in the mind. That is yoga. That state of yoga is reached when the mind is controlled and there is no more vritti, no more thoughts in the mind. Then the next sutra says that then man abides in his real nature. When that mind becomes calm, steady, peaceful, without a ripple, you abide in your real nature. I am divine. And the spirit, the soul, I'm one with the Father. I'm one with everything. That is a state of enlightenment. I'm enlightened as to who I am. I am divine. Next sutra says that other times man identifies with the thought waves in the mind, which means at all times you are only identifying with your thoughts, with the thought waves. But we are striving to reach that state where there is no more vritti, so I could transcend this level of duality and abide in my real nature. That is the ideal, that is the goal. So everything that you call yoga should help you to move a little closer to that goal. You start off, so we analyze it, step-by-step process that you start with, disciplining the senses, purify the mind. Because once the mind is in a state of defects, you cannot experience that state without thoughts, without agitation. My series of lectures that I've been giving is really trying to demystify this science that is called yoga. People try to make it so complicated. Only a few people have the secret. Even meditation, man, is so simple. To gain good health and maintain good health is very simple. Just learn the laws and follow it, laws of health. My Guru, Swami Vishnudevananda, summarizes so very nicely. You want to experience good health and to maintain it? There are 5 principles. Proper exercise, proper breathing, proper relaxation, proper diet, positive thinking. Everybody is fascinated by meditation. It's a good alternative to medication. But it's a process that you have to go through. Just sit there for a short time without this body screaming at you. Ankles, the knees, the hips, the lower back, upper back, and so on. You have to go through a whole process of refining, purifying, strengthening, and so on, this body. It doesn't just come like that. I give you a secret formula. For you to sit and to experience that transcendental state, that 4th level, it's a process that you have to go through. But people try to sell all kind of nonsense. I have the best technique, I have the secret. And this one is better than all the other technique and so on. In the very beginning, you got to learn how to sit properly, man. Comfortably. And that takes a long time. The Buddhists will tell you, come, let's sit. Not come, let's meditate. And that takes a long time to be able to sit and to develop that discipline, to be able to sit without the body screaming at you and distracting you. So because people have the habit, they want everything instantly. They think the more money they pay, the better technique and secret they have. It's not, man. We all have the same body, the same human body, the same mind. You have to go through the same process of refining and purification. One of my disciples, 6 years ago, she came looking for a place that teach yoga. Turn around her life, looking, investigating. Where can I really learn yoga? Everybody just teaching vacation and zip lining and this and that and horseback riding and all kind of, other than yoga. She found this place, she came. And what she found, that all the fluff, she called it fluff. Go through all the fluff. Get down to the teaching and the practicing and learning about yoga. From the time I started to practice, that was my intention or my drive to go through all the fluff, wade through it, to get to what really should I do? What is a practice? It's not how much information you gather. One of them wrote me the other day, Master Shivananda. Tell them about all the colors of all the emotions. Anger, what color it has. Depression, this color and that color. If you learn all this information, all the colors of all the emotions, does that make you any wiser? You can have all the information of all the stars, how far it is from Earth. Does that make you any wiser? It's what you put in practice that is important, that will be beneficial to you. That's why Master Shivananda said, an ounce of practice is worth more than tons of theory. Not that you have 1 ounce of practice and know it's worth so much. More than tons of theory. So we get caught up in this fallacy and fantasy. But the more information we gather, the more wise I am. No. All it does is inflate your ego. It's what you put in practice that will create transformation in you and will benefit you. So meditation is a very simple thing. Well, of course, you have to put it in practice. You don't have to keep jumping from this technique to that technique to that. Every time I go out, I'm into this, I'm into that, I'm into Tai Chi, I'm into Zen, I'm into this. As if that impresses me. What have you delved into? How far or how high or how deep did you go into one thing? The ancient rishis, it's not something new I'm coming up with, man. The ancient rishis from ancient time, coming down from guru to disciple, guru to disciple, they recommend something so simple. Repeat the name of God. Chant the name of God. Repeat your mantra. Keep God always in your mind. How do you do that? The most practical way is chant His name, chant the mantra. If you're blessed to be initiated by a guru with a mantra, that's the greatest treasure, man. Mirabai exclaimed, for many, many lifetimes, I yearned for a disciple, for a guru. Now I found him. He has given me the treasure that is beyond measure. I have no anxiety that thieves can steal it. And the more I use it, the more it increases in value. Can you think of any treasure like that you have? That is your mantra, your guru. Diksha gave you. And that's all you have to do throughout your life, man. You don't have to go back to get it serviced, pay service fees and all of that. This is what they sold for such a long time. This is so simple that has been given to us as a blessing, as a greatest gift. Repeat the name of the Lord. Chant His name. You'll find all your emotional, mental, and so problems will subside. Just that one practice. And they gave it for humanity, not for intellectual giants who have all this information in their head and think that they are better off than the ordinary peasant. The rishis were yogis, they're scientists, science of the soul, how to reach that state of enlightenment. And it's meant for all humanity, not just the intellectual giants. What happened to the ordinary peasant? In fact, they are more qualified to reach enlightenment than the intellectual giants. So what happened to them? So this formula, so simple, even they are chanting it. I grew up, my mother never went to school one day in her life. She's an illiterate peasant, just like my father. But one thing I know, she always chanted the name of God. She always sing bhajan, kirtan, mantras, chanting. That's where I got it from. And these ordinary peasants, they live a simple life. They go on the bhajan I sing. My word is my bond. I will always speak the truth. Whatever I say, I stand by it. Even if my life goes, I will protect it. That's my honor. They're truthful people, simple people, straightforward people, honest. They don't spend their time scheming and plotting how to cheat people, rob them. That is the foundation for enlightenment, spiritual evolution. And that's how I teach. I teach very simple. I teach from my experience in life. And I find it to be so sublime, so beautiful, so helpful, so beneficial for the humanity. Meditation is very simple, man. Find quiet time. Everybody can find some quiet time. If you're getting up 6 o'clock in the morning, get up 5:30. When everybody is still sleeping. You get up, sit down, chant some mantras, and do japa. Next week I'll teach you how to do japa. do japa. And then after that, you say your prayers and go on with your daily duties. And that's what mother does. Every morning she gets up, she bathes, clean body, clean mind, offer her prayers. I grew up like that. In the northeastern corner of my garden, I created an altar. I don't have money to build, elaborate, and complicated. Nature is my altar. Northeastern corner. I have a Shiva Lingam there, where that place is very clean. It's sacred. Every morning I take a bath, shower, bath, bathe, or whatever you call it. Take a goblet of water, clean water, and I offer it. Say, Charhave Jal, offer. You turn to the east and you offer. Continuous stream of water flowing on the Shiva Lingam. During that time, while that is happening, you could ask God for whatever your blessing. I always know, as far back as I could remember, the only thing I ask God for is education. Let me be successful in my education. Never ask for anything else. That's one thing I'm sure about, I know. Never ask God, give me this, give me that. Just let me be successful in my education. If I tell you how I went to school and what I learned and how I learned, it's a miracle, man. The British, their intention was not to educate us. They brought my grandparents as slaves from India. Indentured laborers, they call it. Now they call it reinventing slavery. They didn't abolish slavery because of humanitarian reasons. It was economic reason. While they had to go in the jungle and trap people, catch them, and this and that, and transport and so on, it was expensive. You realize they have, in India, millions of people, 300 millions. In China, so many millions of people. All they had to do, fool them up, get them in the ship, and ship them over, man. So they were slaves. You go to work, they flog you with long whip. They had to work. Whatever they get is just enough just for basic necessities, man. Flour, rice, sugar, oil, things like that. No matter how hard my father worked, never bring home more than what is enough. They have to supplement it with kitchen garden and things like that. My mother had to go to work. She was 6 years old. Drag her in the field to work. Their intention was not to educate. By my time, they abolished child labor during the Industrial Revolution. So it was illegal for my generation to be conscripted into the plantation. But I knew that the only way to break out from that enslavement was education. But they didn't want to educate us, keep us in ignorance and bondage. And that's how I grew up, man, and that's how I teach. I'm not creating all this fluff I'm from this illustrious, this family and that family and so on. I grew up in a simple village with simple values. And that was reality for me. I never drink, I never smoke, I never take a joint, I never take any drugs. Huh? I was protected. And I look back upon my life in relationship to the life of the West and so on. I was protected. By the time youth and people, they reach a certain age, going through teenagers and so on. By the time they reach here, they can't learn yoga. All they're getting is therapy. Their mind and body and all of that is corrupted so much, man. To bring them to the state where they can really go into learning yoga, you have to go through all kind of therapy. Because that's so ingrained in them, in their fasanas, their nature. So I make it simple, man, because it is simple. Huh? God bless me at this point in my life, throughout my life. Always provide for me, economically and so. Even going to school, I used to get a shilling. Shilling means 24 cents a week going to high school. Get up 5:30 in the morning, catch a train, go to this ferry, take the ferry up over the river, walk to the school. To meet there 8 o'clock. Coming back is the same thing. I reach home back 6:30. And to study and so on, and then get up, go again, continue like that. Why? Because I want education. I want it. Here you're begging people to learn something, man, and you have so much problems with them. You have to, how you speak and this and that. And I wanted education. It was a miracle. Every step of the way. So people come from all over the world, they hear about Yogi Hari, they hear about this yoga teachers training course. 2 weeks' time, you get an amazing good foundation in all the aspects of yoga, the main systems of yoga. Hatha yoga, Raja yoga, Karma yoga, Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga, Nada yoga. I find Nada yoga to be so effective in this process of purification, refinement, and uplifting. I was so amazingly blessed. I got the discipleship to an amazing Nada yogi. He was the greatest Nada yogi in the world. How did I? The moment I met him, I left my job and everything, and me and my family. I had 4 kids at the time. My wife, she encouraged me all throughout. She was my guru, man. I met her, she was 13, I was 14. From then on, all the time, inspired to uplift myself. Never once did it cross my mind I should pull her down to my level. That was the most beautiful person I ever met, the most intelligent person. That's how blessed I was. Today I'm still blessed. You're protected. Never mind you're born in poor condition and poor village and all. There was protection. I see people who have all the facilities and all the money and all the wealth and affluence and so on. What do they use it for? To corrupt their mind. sometimes beyond any pulling back, coming back. Reach the heart such a far way. Some people commit suicide and all. Young kids, man. It's a tragedy. It makes me appreciate where I came from. Appreciate what I have. All this blessing. I'm so blessed I'm using it for the right purpose. I can't find anything better to do with my economic blessings and so on, other than provide yoga, teaching, encouragement, inspiration for people. It doesn't matter what age, whether you're a young kid or a grown-up or an adult, yoga is for everybody. I started yoga for health reasons. Conditioned in the West that yoga, health and all of that is doctor's responsibility. Insurance. You have insurance, you have doctors, your health is assured. That is false knowledge, wrong knowledge. Growing up in the West, I was conditioned like that. As a teenager, dragging myself through, at the age of 22, I was medicated incurable. All the time on medication. And you ask a doctor, am I going to be cured? No, you have to take this throughout your life. It's not right knowledge. From the moment I got introduced to yoga and started practicing yoga, I didn't have need for medication. 22 years, up to now, today, I'm 78. 78?
77.
Okay, 77 and 10. 10 months. Have you forgotten my birthday, Rama? Okay. I don't need medication. I take some Ayurvedic preparation sometimes, like ashwagandha and so on. But not much, just maybe placebo. Yoga. 8 years ago, I broke my back. L5 is ruptured, L4 bulging. Working on this ashram, developing it. One day, the dosa was working, making a playground for my kids. There was a big boulder. I rushed to pick it up because the dosa was working and broke my back. I was bedridden for a short while and everybody suggested surgery. It's a blessing I couldn't afford it, man. They wanted $80,000. No, I'm functional. Yoga helped me with my testimony to yoga. Feel functional. I love to work outside. I love to work in the garden. I love to work in the sun. I love to work in the rain. As much as I can. We're still improving our place. Why? People can come and be comfortable. From the time we started to now it's like, huh?
It's like Hilton.
Like the Hilton. Look how nice the hall, everything. Keep changing, improving. Guys, come. You don't have to say, I want to be yoga teacher. Just come spend 2 weeks here. Get involved in the discipline, in a routine. And you see how very, very quickly you'll see improvement in your health and so on. People come from all over the world. We are from Ukraine, from Russia, India, West Indies, South America, North America, even Alaska. So nice. And they tell me they teach yoga to the snowman in Alaska. Anyhow, thank you guys for listening. And every week I'll try to demystify this science that is called yoga. It's for everybody. Intellectual giants or the illiterate peasants, no matter how simple and lifestyle you live, that's what yoga is. So, come. I'll continue to teach as long as I can. If while I'm teaching I drop dead, that'll be the greatest blessing for me. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto Thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Thou art Satchidananda. Thou art existence, knowledge, and bliss absolute. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us inner spiritual strength to resist temptations, control the mind. Free us from egoism, lust, anger, greed, hatred, and jealousy. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold Thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve Thee in all these names and forms. Let us ever remember Thee. Let us ever sing Thy glories. Let Thy name be on our lips. Let us abide in Thee forever. Guru Satguru Shivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. All devotees ki. All aspirants ki. Thank you guys. Shanti.